Warning! The following is very technical and will be boring if you don't make vlogs.
Good morning, Mr. White. It's day 10,516. I know you are going to make it count. But first, you need coffee. Don't worry, I've already started it for you. Enjoy.
Woo! That's better.
What's up, sexy people?
It's cold out here in New York City, really cold. Colder than it was yesterday. It looks like it's about to snow. I don't really feel like going outside, so I think we're gonna stay inside today. But I'm tweaking out a little bit. My apartment is in bad shape. So I think a little bit of organization. I got a lot of tech, music tech, video tech. I got a lot of the tools that I use to make this content. And it's everywhere, cables and cables and cables. And every time I change something, there's cables that I don't need, adapters, cases, cameras, lenses. It's everywhere, it's everywhere. So we need to clean it up, and we're gonna do that right now. So first up, I gotta take this, I got this ultra wide monitor here, currently running off a 30-foot HDMI cable. It's taking up way too much space. I also wanna switch it out to DisplayPort cable because it generally just works better. We'll do that right now. Next up, I have this boom mic here. This is an SM7B microphone on a boom arm, an XLR cable that's white, obviously, because this is the White House. I use this mic to record voiceover. I also use it to record demos of songs when I'm sitting here at home. And I use this mic when I'm doing live streams. The problem with it right now is that located over here, kind of hits the monitor. So I'm constantly bending over to lean into it. It's not really convenient here, so we're gonna move it from here to there. That's a hell of a lot better. Now it's actually in a usable location. It's kind of tweaking me out though, how messy it is, so I think I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. So, I feel like I need to get this chair fixed. That's better. All right, now I got this bag of stuff that I have to go through. It's not from Buffalo Exchange bag. I don't even know what a Buffalo Exchange is. I don't really eat buffalo, but I had this bag because someone gave me a bunch of stuff in this bag, and now there's just a bunch of stuff in here. I have to sort through it, but first, I need coffee. That's better. So we got this thing. Appears to be a little iPad. I don't know what to do with that right now. This is an empty bag. I'm gonna say that's garbage. Recycling. I'm just kidding. I don't recycle. 10-port USB hub. These things are kind of awesome because sometimes I show up at the airport and I have to charge my phone and my other phone and my GoPro, my camera, my other camera, and my wireless headphone, and all my spare camera battery chargers. 9 things that need to charge off USB ports, and I'm taking up like 5 different outlets, and everyone stares at me like I'm the worst person ever. And I don't have to worry about that with this. I just plug in all the devices here, takes up 1 power outlet, plug in my laptop into the other outlet, and I've still got spare ports for whatever stranger decides that they need to plug into all things. This is a gimbal for an iPhone if I'm shooting somewhere and I need some bougie B-roll, but I don't have a proper camera. This is a spare mouse backing plate to that monitor that hides all the cables. Sometimes I mount cameras to the sides of cars. This is another spare mouse. Lens pen cleaner. I probably got this for free. Spare microfiber cloths. You can never have enough of these. I will never use this. These are empty bags. Cardboard box. This is an empty cardboard box. I'm gonna use this to put some of this crap in. This is a spare camera battery charger, an offset plate. These are the stupid pegs from the IKEA furniture. I hate IKEA furniture. These are little accessories for my razor so I can get a nice sexy shave. This is a free license for Paint Shop Pro 2018. I'm never gonna use that. Suction cup mount for GoPros for when you're in the car. You probably watched the last vlog where I was driving through the tunnel and in the car, and you can see me driving, see the windshield, see out the windshield, see in the rear view mirror. That's all done with a suction cup mount like this. This is a short rail. This is a $2,000 receipt. What did I buy for $2,000? This is a hotel receipt, $36 for parking. This is a little US Essentials filter kit. I bet I got this for free. Filters, they're basic filters, but filters are great if you're a vlogger. They don't really do much for your picture quality, but the fact that you have a piece of glass in front of your expensive lens. The number of times I've dropped cameras or had cameras set up on tables that fell over onto the floor and shattered the filter, but the lens was perfectly intact. That's why you put a filter on your camera. If you do this kind of stuff that I do, where you're vlogging every day, it keeps you from shattering your lens. This lens is a $1,000 lens. I don't really want to break that, but fucking free filter, I'll break that all day. A rail mount for camera. This is a little instructions for something. I never use instructions for anything. This is a receipt for Forever 21. I'm guessing I bought a girl a choker necklace. I do that a lot. This is a Allen key VIP pass for the party I went to at the German embassy. This is a focus motor. There's just a lot of little like mounts and stuff. These are cool. I love these. This is like, I have a billion chargers, so when I go to sleep at night, there's usually like my phone charging. I usually have at least one of my lady friends' phones charging, their laptop, my laptop. I have all these cords just coming off of them. These 3M tape, and you snap the cables in here, and then all the cables stay in one place. And they don't fall behind your nightstand, so that when you go to sleep at night and you're looking to plug in your phone charger, find the cord because it fell back. This is a Macbook Air Charger. It's really gross. I don't think I need this one. I have so many cables. I think the rest of this is just garbage. Sometimes when I vlog, I wear a wireless mic pack. Looks like this. And then there's a lavalier microphone that goes on my chest right here, so that you guys can hear me a little better. I just went to the bathroom while wearing the mic, and I zipped my fly back up with the mic still running through it. Wow, it's really snowing out there. Crazy hungry now. Time for some lunch. So we've got some chips and guac. I'm binging because it's Saturday. A turkey wrap, gluten-free, with vegan cheese and obviously bacon. That's a nice coffee. That is a lime Perrier, and for the lady friend, well, you don't have to worry about her. Like a force of nature, a force of nature. Everything's relatively clean. My MacBook Pro is chilling in the dock. My white Genelec monitors, wireless keyboard, fingerprint scanner, because I hate typing in passwords, so this allows me to just scan my fingerprint by pushing a button on to log into the computer to unlock my 1Password, which is my password manager. I have wireless mouse here. This one's dope because it's both RF and it has 2 different channels of Bluetooth, so you can actually connect it to a laptop and a desktop at the same time, and then just change which one you're controlling by pushing a button. Gaming mouse pad, the Wacom tablet. I use this for when I'm photoshopping or I'm trying to draw ideas out. Sometimes I work with retouchers, or I work with designers, or just anyone in general that I need to send a message to. I'll just draw right over photos to try and communicate what I'm doing, because it gets the point across faster than trying to explain it over text. I also will use this for if I need to stabilize something. I'll do it in Mocha with Mocha Pro. I can draw in my stabilization masks on this tablet. This is a wireless charging pad for my phone. We have the monitor arm for my monitor, which has built-in USB port and headphone jack. My white Sony headphones are connected to right now. This is my Samsung ultra-wide 34-inch curved monitor. I like having a wide canvas when working on video because it allows me to see more of the timeline at once, and I can also put my different inspector nodes up on the side. My Blackmagic ATEM Mini switcher. This allows me to change camera angles while I'm live streaming. Also do some effects, feed different audio sources in. USB card readers, regular SD cards and micro SD cards, like the one that you would use in a drone or in a GoPro camera. I have a bunch of these and I connect them all to this USB hub. That allows me to then ingest multiple SD cards at once. And then when I ingest that video, it all goes to my QNAP device, which is this device hidden right here in my closet. It has 8 10 terabyte hard drives, 80 terabytes of storage. That connects to this machine, which I built myself, an i9, 64 gigabytes of RAM, a 2080 Ti graphics card, 2 internal 1 terabyte M2 hard drives, a 10 gig card, a Blackmagic mini monitor 4K card, a liquid cooling system, 4 1 terabyte SSDs in a RAID configuration for ultra-fast local storage for assets like B-roll or sound effects. The QNAP's connected over 10 gig Ethernet, which means I have a super fast connection to all my videos, so I can edit without having to create proxy files or cache files. I can edit right off of the raw files. Super fast. When you're making a vlog every day, you don't have time to sit there and transcode your video or create proxy files. For editing, I use Davinci Resolve. This, of course, is on a monitor arm, which allows me to move it exactly where I need it. This monitor here is a playback monitor. So if I'm editing video, the actual video output will play back here. And this, of course, has been calibrated for perfect color with a Spider Express 5 color calibration tool. This output also goes over here to my 4K TV on the wall over here, so I can sit on the couch. If I have friends over, they can watch the vlog while I'm working on it. If I'm collaborating with someone, they can sit there and watch the vlog. Sometimes I'll use that to preview the vlog on a bigger screen. That's a 55-inch 4K TV. And of course, my microphone here for voiceovers. So once I ingest that video into the QNAP, it immediately gets offloaded to 2 other locations. One is to a identical QNAP setup installed at my office, which has a complete clone of my media drive. And then a second to a cloud storage system so that it's backed up in case anything should happen or my drives should all fail in both locations, or they should catch fire, or the world should end. In which case, there's no point in me making a vlog, so I don't know what I'm talking about. The point is, back up your shit. So what we're doing right now is we're organizing all the cables behind the desk. There's a lot of cables, a lot of extra slack, and we need to deal with that because it makes my OCD tweak. So for anything that's permanent, it's not gonna change, like the computer monitor. You're always gonna use a monitor with a computer. You can't use it without one. So those cables, we'll take all the extra slack and we'll zip tie it, and then we'll gaff tape those runs to the back of the desk. So everything's self-contained within the desk. If we decide to feng shui and move the desk across the room, I can just unplug one power cord and everything is still connected. Essential tools for a task like this. Command strips, zip ties. Of course, they have to be white. These guys, don't really know what they're called, but these things. This is gaffer's tape. It's used on film sets a lot. It's kind of like duct tape, except it's really easy to tear, and it doesn't leave residue. Which is really important on a film set because often you're renting locations which might be historic and you don't want to ruin the walls or take paint off when you're striking the set. This stuff is amazing. It's a little expensive, but it's definitely worth it. And these little ties here, I am a huge fan of these things. These are made by a company called Think Tank. They're basically these elastic cords with a little mechanism here for tightening them. You can wrap cables in these. You can also just keep them on your wrist as a little bracelet thing when you're on site. You don't have to end up losing them. They work for hair ties if you have long hair. And you can also fling them across the room at people if someone's not doing their job right. What my lady friend here is doing is just taping those excess runs to the back of the desk. You can see that we've mounted the power strips to the back as well. And then the big power bricks, like this is a power brick for that monitor, that's here. We have the monitor arm here, and we've run all the cabling for that inside of this conduit that is built into the monitor arm down here. And you can see that there's slack here so that this monitor can still move around when it needs to, but everything is nice and clean and organized, and you won't actually see this cabling from the front. We want to be conservative with power. We don't want to use power unnecessarily. So there's different things I do at this desk. Sometimes I write and produce music. Sometimes I work on editing vlogs like this one. These tasks require different equipment. So we only want to be powering the things that we're using at any given time. Rather than routing all of the power through one power strip, we're routing them by task. And then we have those things running into smart plugs like this, where we can create queues for each task. So if I tell my computer that I'm going to be live streaming, it can turn on all of my live stream cameras and it can turn on my video switcher. But if I'm working on music, it'll turn on my audio interfaces and my DI boxes, and it won't turn on stuff that I only use for live stream. And then another thing is I have incredible insomnia, and I have a very hard time going to sleep at night if there's anything distracting me. One of those things is lights. So my computer monitors cannot be on at night. I can't have all the little LEDs on at night. So I have a command programmed when I go to sleep that turns off the lights in my entire apartment, puts all of the blackout shades down. It turns off all of these computer monitors, the speakers, and all the devices attached here. It leaves the computer running because I do a lot of rendering at night and I have a lot of services running off of my workstation, but the monitors and all the outputs are shut down. My lady friend is hard at work organizing all the cables. I just thought I would have a little snack. Take this power strip, and I'm gonna take this command strip, and I'm gonna command them to strip, and I'm gonna put them together. I'm gonna stick this to the back of my desk. So we've got the machine hooked up here. All of the power bricks are now mounted to the back of the desk. All this excess cabling, wiring. Things are gaff taped back here so you can't see them. All this cabling on the front of the desk. Power units which are separated depending on task. Power bricks, cable. And we just gotta move this thing back. I really need to fix this chair. So now we're gonna take these remaining cords, get these up here. This is all mostly network cabling and our two power lines. This cabling here we've put in a cable wrap so that there's a singular conduit rather than multiple cables. This runs to the closet and provides connections to my QNAP, the 80 terabyte media server, and also to our gigabit internet connection.
I've already got a jumper.
So we just ripped a bunch of cables out from behind this desk that we were using that we don't need anymore because they were too long. We replaced them with shorter runs, and there's a lot of stuff just chilling on the floor now. I need to wrap up those cables, get them organized in the right location, sort them out. So we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna order some wings. While that's happening, this is a pro tip. I start ingesting video footage immediately as I go throughout the day, and I fill up SD cards on multiple cameras. I'm constantly taking the cards out, putting them into my computer, which is automatically ingesting them, so that by the time the day is over and I sit down and I'm ready to edit the vlog, all of the footage is already waiting for me to be edited. So I'm actually gonna take the card out of this camera right here, right now, while I wait for my while I order my food. But first, I need coffee. Woo! That's better. All right, wings are ordered. Time to take out the recycling. Got the wings, got the buffalo, the teriyaki, and the truffle parmesan. Of course, lime Perrier, and who cares what she's drinking.